Hello everyone, this is part 2 of understanding storage. In part 1 of the video we installed the Openfiler application that is used to manage storage. So in the second part we are going to configure Openfiler application, make it ready as a storage, and then connect it to vCenter. So here we go. Now, last time in part one of the video, after installation it should look like this. Here you can see the IP address and the port is 446. So this is very important to remember. So this is how we are going to access the Openfiler from vCenter. So make sure that this IP address corresponds to your the subnet that you're using with your within your vApp in vCloud. So in my case it's 192.168.199, and the IP address for the storage based on our architecture is 70 and port 446. So we are going to connect to vCenter. So let me connect to the vCenter. So I'm here on the vCenter server. So I'm connected to vCenter, but for now we're not doing anything within the vCenter. What I need to do, go to Internet Explorer, and I would need to connect to https://192.168 and 199. Here is the IP address. So this is the same IP address that we just saw on our storage server. As soon as we connect to this, so while it is connecting, let me expand. So once we are connected, it should ask us for username and password. So here, since it is a certificate page, it is based on certificate HTTPS, that's why it always asks for this. So we always need to choose continue to this website. The default password for open username and password, while it is connecting, let me write the default username and password for Openfiler. Sorry. That we need to connect to should be username Openfiler, and password is password. So this is what you need to remember. Here on this screen, once we are connected, we just need to use Openfiler, and password is all lowercase password. So this is Openfiler application. It means that we have installed it correctly. Now we need to configure Openfiler. So Openfiler is a storage application in which we need to configure the storage. Now the very first thing we need to go to is volumes. So before going on to volume, this is very important to know about Openfiler, that here is the summary of the server. It has two processors. The model is this. The most important part is here, where it is. Yes, here. That it is using physical memory 6% for now out of 4 gigs. The 4 gigs is the memory that we provided. So at any time we need to keep an eye on this. So for example, if we're getting extremely slow response from the storage, it might be that our memory is completely full we might need to increase the memory, or we might need to restart the machine, and so on. So this is where it gives us the stats for the memory. Here is the disk that it uses. Default partition for system, it creates 3 partitions. We have nothing to do with this. It's automatically created and configured. So next is system. On the system tab, this is the host name, this is the DNS server name, gateway, everything that we configured in video part 1. But here what we need to do is very important, that we need to allow our network to see this storage. For that we need to just allow our subnet. So what we need to, in the name you can type anything, so you can say ITCE dash storage, ITCE storage, and the network is, you need to type your network. So it's very important that we need to type 0 here, which means that this network access is given to this subnet, your subnet. So instead of 199 you need to type your subnet. So and remember to type 0 here. It is very important, because if you type the IP address of vCenter or any server, then only that server would have access to the storage. So here 0, and then network mask, we all know it is 255.255.0. It needs to be shared and update. And now you can see we have allowed the storage to be seen and used from this location. So this is one thing. Second thing, what we need to go on to volumes. Now within the volume, we don't have any groups. Before going, we need to create a new volume group, but before going here we need to create partitions. So within volume we need to first go to block devices. Within block devices, it would show us how much disk do we have on this machine. So for now we have only one disk, which is this disk, and it is 32 gigs, which is, it is actually taken by the system volume. What we need to do, we need to attach another disk to this server. So in order to attach a new disk, now the other disk will be used for the storage. So in order to attach another disk, what we need to do is we need to go to we need to actually shut down this machine, go to vCloud, and then add a new disk, and then we'll come back to this location. So for now I'll jump back to vCloud, and within vCloud what I need to do is go to my storage. Here is my storage, which is this one. Need to shut it down because I cannot add another disk, or let me check if I can add another disk. So here I can add another disk. So here I would go and select, let's say 100, as we discussed in the class, 100 gigs, and press OK. It is updating. Let's see if Openfiler can automatically, so without rebooting, let's see if Openfiler can automatically recognize this. So I'll wait for a few seconds. It is updated. Let me jump back to let me jump back to this, and here refresh. I just pressed F5. Disk is recognized. So here this is our second disk. Within this disk, what we need to do, click on this second disk, and then here we don't have any partitions. All we need to do is go down here and create a new partition. For now, if you create it would create 100 gigs partition, but this is not what we want. What I need to do is for now I just need half of this disk. So for that, if this is 13054, what I can do is select 8000 and and create. So this would give me 61 gigs of, so that's fine for now. Always leave some space on this partition for log files and everything. So for now we have created 8, we have now created 56 gigs of partition. Partition has been created. Now this partition we will be using for our storage. Next is we need to go create the volume group. So right after this we'll go here, go to the volume groups, and let's wait. Never mind, that's my parrot in the background. Okay, so volume group. So the partition we have created, we can see here, and here we need to provide a volume group name. Volume group name would be anything. I would strictly follow the naming convention, so that would be your initials, and that would be TCE iSCSI VG, or that is going to be a little bit bigger name, but let's say so VG, volume group 1. So this is volume group 1, and add a volume group. As soon as volume group is created, so was it created? Volume group is add a volume group. Why is it not created? If I press, oh, no spaces. Okay, so let's see, ITCE VG1, ITCE VG1. Oh, I have to select, sorry, I have to select the partition as well. So here, yes, I didn't selected the partition, dash ITCE dash VG1, and select. So a volume group is created. Here you can see volume group is created. Next is we need to go on to, now next we need to go on to manage volumes. Within manage volume we can see this is our volume group created, and volumes are not there, so which means we need to add volume. So here we would go to add volume, and add volume we need to name this as our we need to add the volume. You can name it anything, again ITCE and volume 1. Next, space. So total space do we have? We have 61 gigs. So let's say we can go with 60,000, which is 60 gigs. And here you need to select iSCSI, this one. So make sure you select iSCSI here and create. Now you have created volume. Let me go back here again. It's not created. Okay, let's try again. And this is INS, and this time I'll do it without spaces. Volume 1. Actually what it is doing is it is creating LUNs, so this time I would go with 50 and block. Yes, now our volume is created. It might be due to the spaces or something, But so this is the name, this is volume size 50 gigs, and our volume is created. Next is we need to go on to so our volume is created. The other thing, we need to go to iSCSI target. So first we went to block, second manage, second volume group, manage, add volume, and then iSCSI targets. Now iSCSI targets, it is not visible, so it is important to know why it is not visible. It has to be visible. The reason is iSCSI service is not running. For that, I'll go to the services, and here, as you can see, it is disabled. What I need to do is enable the service and start the service. It is stopped for now. It is very important. Without this, it won't, your iSCSI target won't work, iSCSI targets. So for that, I'll go back. Now it is started. I can go back to iSCSI targets here, and here now you see that it is visible. It is now not grayed out. I would add, just click add on this. It is added. It shows us a lot of things. We don't need to do anything here. After add, we need to go to LUN mapping. Within LUN mapping, we just need to map the LUN, and then go to network access. Here it is denied. It has to be allowed, otherwise it won't work. So I'm changing this to allow, and that's it. Now our storage is configured, and it should be accessible from vCenter. That's about it. From the Openfiler point of view. Now we need to configure this Openfiler within vCenter. The video is long enough, so what I can do is I'll stop the video and I'll create a part. I'll create part 3 of the video for the configuration of storage within vCenter. See you in the next video.